right, welcome to the second review of the evening. Up this time is Destroy All Humans 2, Reprobed. Crypto is back with a license to probe. The Alien Invader returns, groovier than ever. Experience the swinging 60s in all its chemical-induced glory, and take revenge on the KGB for blowing up your mothership. You will have to form alliances with members of the very species you came to enslave. Destroy All Humans 2 Reprobed.
Dang, I was thinking we were getting ready to stop hearing about crypto. I know it's spelled differently, or doesn't mean the same thing.
I will give you credit that did have a bit of wit to it. Yeah. Anyway. So getting, if you'll recall, we previously reviewed the standalone multiplayer segment of this, like Clone Rampage, and also we did review the first remake a couple yonks ago. Remembering the first remake, I think we were generally positive on it. And Clone Rampage, we did not think that needed to exist. And I don't think that's changed in the interceding weeks. But with that in mind, Destroy All Humans 2 Reprobed was given to Pettyfan for review because I don't think my computer would have been able to handle this. Or, handle it with a decent enough frame rate. So, Pettyfan, tell us if you enjoyed Destroy All Humans 2 Reprobed.
Overall, I enjoyed it. Like, granted, I also enjoyed just the series overall.
Did you play the original Destroy All Humans 2 back in the day?
I played it a little bit, but that was more borrowing it from a friend.
Yeah, admittedly, the Destroy All Humans series bypassed me back in the day.
Yeah. But yeah, this is... I think the main complaint still holds true from the original release of Destroy All Humans, where it feels like this would have been an expansion pack instead of a whole new game.
That's not surprising because going back to the original game, it was released exactly 1 year after. And look, Pandemic Studios was a good developer, but they weren't Naughty Dog or Insomniac levels of talented.
Mm-hmm.
So a bit of that sameness was going to shine through.
Right. But yeah, like, the game's alright. I wouldn't say it's, like, the best game ever, and, like, some of the jokes definitely, you couldn't really do this today. Like, some of the humor.
I mean, I'm not sure I can quite agree. I get what you're saying, but clearly they didn't find it all that objectionable.
Well, there is some, like, I guess racially insensitive stuff when you get to, like, the Japan level. That really wouldn't, if this was, made today, would be very no.
But once again,
and this is still the game where one of your main weapons is an anal probe that lets you control people, right?
It's actually not one of your main weapons. Like, it's a useful one-hit kill weapon.
But it's a significant part of your arsenal.
Yeah. Like, you don't actually get it till close to halfway through the game.
Well, my question there is, does the racial stereotype stuff show up in the remake?
I have not got there personally, but what I've heard, yes.
So I can't agree with you on your point.
Like, I mean, fair enough, but, like, I don't know.
I know this is a remastering / remake,
yeah,
but it's a new product, which means you're going into the game and you're changing or especially a game like this, which is being remade in Unreal Engine. You can get rid of that shit.
Yeah.
So there's no fucking excuse.
Mm-hmm.
I know the anal probe stuff also has its detractors. That's more fantasy stuff.
Yeah, that's like been a whole joke about having aliens in games since like literally the 50s.
Yeah, I mean, it's not tasteful, but it never was meant to be.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's like I just can't get as up in arms about that over, actual depictions of human beings as racist characters.
Yeah. Well, and I guess there's also the whole, kind of not great portrayal of like, Russian KGB type stuff.
That I will note that is a bit different because they're Russians.
Yeah, Russia's not been doing too hot in the public eye lately, so
it's also they've been much more acceptable targets because when we're talking about KGB agents getting lampooned, we're talking about white people.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, once again, it may be, how do I put this, a different kind of offensive. Offensive on a ethnicity background rather than a racial background. That is to say, we're dealing with a Slavic people here, and that has its own racist history. But usually through especially an American lens, you don't, you're just getting the mocking of commies.
Yeah.
And shit like that. I'm not necessarily defending that kind of thing.
Right, yeah.
It's more, this is a lot more detached than some other forms of stereotyping.
Yeah, but like if you're pretty sensitive to verily not, I guess, PG, almost semi-racist depictions of various world races, then you're just stay away from this. There's not a whole lot for you here.
Yeah, I suppose in that case you should apply the G Gundam test.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole feeling of this game is a little bit sophomoric humor, isn't it?
Yeah,
kinda, sorta, yeah.
Like, look, Destroy is a rather sophomoric game that's still carrying pockmarks from the mid 2000s.
Yeah, this is definitely a product of its time.
Anyway, so with that aside, do you think that they brought Damn 2 into the modern age well?
For the most part, it does have some Unreal Engine problems. I've had a couple crashes.
Does it have the pop-in?
Pop-in, it really depends. Like, on the ground, the pop-in is nowhere near as bad, because Crypto is fairly slow, even when you're, using the skate ability. But, when you're in the spaceship, yeah, pop-in is kind of a problem, but at the same time, you're up far enough that it's more the finer textures popping in than, say, entire sections of the map popping in.
Okay. And in regards to the Alliance system, how robust is that?
Not very.
That's what I thought.
It's more just it's all scripted. You can't suddenly make friends with the cops or pretty much anybody. All of it's just
It did say something about making allies out of presumably humans, though.
Yeah, there's scripted plots where there's a rogue KGB agent you're kind of aligned with. There was a kind of James Bond-esque person who ends up double crossing you. I forget what happened. Like, there's some stuff I don't fully remember just because I haven't played the game fully in years. I think I actually have encountered a bug where the building isn't being destroyed like it should, so that is kind of a problem. Though there is ways to solve that. Usually, at least in the base game when this happened, it was literally just, getting your ship, or I guess I can't call my ship weird. Yeah, so I think right now the game's bugged, which is unfortunate, but can I lead? Yep. Crypto's arsenal is, as you would expect, bigger than the last game. This actually isn't the same Crypto you played in the last game, though, because Roswell happened. So, yeah, the Crypto you played in the last game...
When was the previous one set?
50s.
Okay. I didn't actually know that. Shows how much I ever got involved in this franchise.
Yeah, the whole joke was Crypto... The whole Crypto incident is Roswell. So yeah, this one takes place in the 60s. This is a clone of Crypto, the previous Crypto. You end up becoming the president, which is kind of funny. Though they don't really do anything with it. You have your... I think you have all weapons that we had in the Clone Carnage game. And... let's see. There's the Shock Blaster, which is, the Shock Blaster. Let's see, what else? There's the Dislocator, which throws enemies around. The Disintegration Ray, which is self-explanatory. The Probe. Meteor Strike, which is like big AoE bomb.
Literally summoning a meteor from space.
Multiple, but yes. And I don't remember the Gastro Gun, and the Burrow Beast is a special unlockable. There's also skins.
Yes. Both there are paid skins, in fact. The skin pack. But I'll go into that a bit later. What comes with the game?
There are some, there is a Darksiders 2 skin. The Elvis is also in there. You can play as the original Crypto if you wanted various, clown skins.
More than there were in that other game. So.
Yeah.
Or in the multiplayer one we did.
Yeah. Well, there are several that are just from that.
Oh no, I see pretty much all the ones that were from that, but then you have 2 more whole rows.
Do you get saucer skins?
Yes.
In regards to the skin pack, let's see. You get 10 special skins for Crypto, 4 special skins for his saucer. The following Crypto skins are included: My Name Cryptos, License to Probe, License to Probed, however you pronounce that, Killer Cynoid, Murder Hornet, Mr. Sparklebutt, Monkey Brain, Brains, zombie skin,
yeah,
Far Out Man, and Crypto 300. And you get the saucer skins, Pedal to the Metal, Voyager 500K, Vintage Saucer, and Ustro Boon, which I don't know what is.
Yeah, I don't think I had any of those, so
Yeah, this will run you $10.
for just skins, hell no.
Yes. Like the other bit of DLC is the soundtrack.
See, the soundtrack is all right, but it for me was like almost mostly white noise.
Mm, it does says it's 30 atmospheric tracks.
Yeah.
So, yeah, hint like things for if you see the words atmospheric, ambient, words along those lines, that usually means they kind of go into the background to enhance the mood.
Yeah.
They're not bad. It's just they don't tend to be that memorable. I suppose the good news, if you want to get the soundtrack here, is this is the official orchestral score. So they actually brought this to a symphony and made it a soundtrack, like, which is not what we usually get when we cover the soundtrack.
Yeah. Especially sometimes on remakes, they mostly just like MIDI that.
Yeah, or they'll use the original compositions.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know there's been some controversy about Pac-Man World Repack potentially have used like some of the original files for some tracks and remastered some others. I don't know how true that is. This is what I've heard.
Yeah.
Right. Is there any multiplayer to speak of in this?
There is couch co-op, but not like online.
Unfortunate.
I mean, kind of makes sense if they have an entire other game for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And once again, I will stand by this. Clone Carnage should have been the official multiplayer of this. Like, this should have been Clone Carnage should have been in this, not sold for $15 separately.
Right.
So, with all that in mind, is there anything else that you need to cover on Destroy All Humans to Reprobed?
Like the gunplay's all right. I wouldn't. It's if you're into more modern like cover-based stuff, then yeah, this might be a problem for you. But like, if you just want some dumb,
I do have a question. How big are the maps? Because that was among the biggest problems I had with the first remake. They still had that PlayStation 2 era map design, so it was really fucking small.
On foot, the maps seem fine, but you will like definitely run to the edge of it if you like get in the saucer.
Yeah, I distinctly remember that from the first game. Anyway, price. This game will clock in at $40 regular price. The Dressed to Skill Edition will clock in at $54.99, $55. So still under normal AAA pricing in either case.
Yeah. Honestly, like, if you enjoyed the first game and aren't put off by some of the fairly, insensitive humor that's definitely a product of its age, then this is fine. Like, it's probably more weight for a sale territory, but, like, the amount of game you get for $40 is not... We've definitely had worse, game to
$100 per value
Yes.
ratio.
Yep. So yeah. Overall, the game's fine.
Okay.
Definitely more towards the older crowd than, because like there are a lot of references to 60s pop culture and stuff like that. And yeah, I think that's it from me, unless there's any other questions you guys have.
Not on this, no.
I think I'm good.
All right. All right, so that'll about do it for Destroy All Humans 2 Reprobed. Be sure to tune in after the break, as the Galax will be reviewing Legend, or Legend bracket 1994. Some clarification in that review.
The game Legend from 1994.
There we go.